Hello everybody, welcome to Project Redstone, and that noise that you hear is going to be probably the most annoying thing that you can hear all day today. This happens to be a modified version of XB's, modified version of XB's fish farm, and apparently this is the only version that works effectively and is still small enough to be small. Now ignore some of this because this used to be, I think right here? Yeah, I think it was right here. There it goes. That's where it used to be. I just did this because I needed it to be where it needed to be on iCraft, and he actually had two chests. Somehow, I don't know why he had another one over there, but he had another one over there. But technically, this is about as small as you can get with his AFK Fish farm. And the AFK Redstone is essentially this block setup here. And we've both been just fiddling with this because it's just driving us nuts. And to point out over here, what you see over here is another variation that did not work. And what you see over here on the other side of the note block is yet another variation that just did not work, even though it should work. It's so ridiculous. And some of this... Okay, it turned itself off. Must be because of that. Anyways, so some of this is actually based on timing. Some of this is based on these redstone that need to be there. And this one, by the way, this big giant one, is one that actually, quite surprisingly, works okay. And I don't know why this one in particular does work, but it does. It's so odd. And the speed on that one's actually a lot faster than the other one, but whatever. And then this is another one of his he's trying to get to work, and he was trying to compact it, but yeah, whatever. And it failed. There's another one over here where it failed as well, and I think this one did not work. I don't think he was able to get this one to work. Let's try real quick. Oh, he got this one to work. Never mind. Well, this is another one of XB's that actually did work, and again, the process is still fairly simple, and it does some fairly simple things. It's still based on the other one. It's just a little bit smaller, I guess you could say. Okay guys, I thought about this, and I'm going to show you how to build this design right here. This one that XB/2Crafted came up with. All he did really is he used to have one with a door, and all he did realistically was put a note block behind it. And what else did he do? I forgot. He put a note block and, oh yeah, that's right. He put a random block on top of it. And that's about it. Really, that was really the only difference to this major design here. And then he also managed to get this one to work, which I'm actually surprised this one actually worked out really well. And a lot of it had to do with how the redstone tied into the hooks and how it's tied into the trapdoor. And that's all key on how this works, as well as the note block. The note block is also key to using this. Alright guys, so let me get set up, and I'll be right back. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, where I had left off is I said I would set up a couple things, and by the way, 2Crafted has made this really nifty one, which we will explain at a later point after we build this one here, and after we build this one right over here. Both of these are actually fully functional, actual working fish farms, AFK fish farms that work in 1.11. As you can see here, 2Crafted managed to fix this one for 1.11. And again, a lot has to do with this particular note block here. This is pretty much the only change, especially if you already used one of these right here. The other difference is which direction this has to face. So we're going to do some explaining. Here's some things that you need. You need 16 blocks of your choice. I'm not going to use this color because it's only going to be really hard to see. Right, 16 blocks of your choice, one cobblestone wall. That cobblestone wall, by the way, is the usual thing that you use right down the center. You also need to put in one stone pressure plate, as you can see right there, the stone pressure plate. One hopper, one bucket of water, yes, one actual bucket of water sitting right there. 7 pieces of redstone dust, 3 redstone repeaters, 3 redstone torches, 1 piece of string, as you can probably tell what that's for. 2 tripwire hooks, 1 note block, 1 iron trapdoor. Yes, it's got to be made of iron. 1 half slab. Now, I'll explain where the half slab goes in a little bit. 2 chests at minimum, 1 fishing rod. You can choose to enchant them or not. And 1 lever, however you want to say that. So I'm going to build this. Oh, I don't know. I could build it right next to it. Maybe I'll build it just a little ways over here. Let's go ahead and mark up a little spot. This here has to be, in a sense, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks. So it's essentially a 5 by 5. So let me go ahead and mark the ground, and then we will start with the bottom layer first. Pretty much all of the pieces here, and all of these pieces, I think I had said, I repeated it over there with this one, which happens to be fairly similar in style. The only difference is the note block is sitting on the other side of it, but it does work, okay? So let me do that. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I don't know why I use sponge. I just happened to grab that, and that's what we're going to end up using. In the meantime, for our main block, we're going to use lapis lazuli, however you want to say that. So here's what we're looking at. We are looking at essentially a pattern that looks like this, because we're going to have 2 redstone torches. We're going to start with this back piece right here, this section. So there's going to be 2 blocks and 2 blocks with the redstone sitting on top of this. And this will actually be a little easier to explain by using this redstone torch first, moving forward. And in fact, we're going to lift this out of the ground just a little bit. So in fact, what we should do is we should start with this corner block, which happens to be the one right over here. Let's stick this block there. On this block, it's going to be a piece of redstone, which will become apparent much later. In front of that's going to be a redstone torch, okay? And in front of the redstone torch will be a piece of redstone, and then it's going to go up a block to another piece of redstone. So here we go. We got a piece of redstone, and then it's going to go up 1 block to another piece of redstone sitting on top. And from there, that piece of redstone going into a block, followed by a redstone repeater, followed by the outside piece, okay? So it's going into a block, so we're going to go up by 2. That way it goes into the block, and then it's going to go up into a repeater facing outward, okay? Now you see how this is working. This light, this redstone, is turning on this little bit of redstone, which is going right into the block, turning this one on. And then from there, this is actually getting set up onto a red piece of redstone torch that's on top, and you see how that just turned itself off. And above that, we're going to put another block with another piece of redstone right on top of it, or redstone torch, and that happens to be this guy. Now, why is this turned off? Okay, there is a switch here. If I turned on the switch, you'll start to see what happens here, and that's what sets up the system, okay? We haven't gotten that far yet. We will get there. Okay, so in front of this piece of redstone, we are now up here. Up on top, we're going to go back over with this particular redstone repeater into a block, into a piece of redstone, and back down 1. Okay, so up, redstone repeater, as you can see, is still turned on. Block, which is that block there, and then it goes down 1 for the redstone and down 2 for the redstone. So let's do 1 redstone there, and then the second redstone will actually be right underneath the first one. And what this does here is we still have a line of redstone coming through, and now where does this go next? You'll notice that once it drops down, there is a redstone repeater right underneath that. So it's going to, technically what we're going to do is we're going to put a piece of redstone into the block and then have 2 pieces of redstone going over for the switch. Okay, so let's do the switch first. We have 1 and 2, and now notice where the redstone is hovering over, okay? And then the other one is going to essentially sit right on top of there, okay? In fact, I feel like I'm just a little too high. Let's see what's up with this. Yeah, it's still burned out. Okay, guys, we got to do a little bit more before we can actually get this active. None of these repeaters, by the way, have any settings set on it. What we do need, however, is to have the switch on there. Let me get that lever, and let me get the 2 more pieces of redstone sitting on top. That way it's on, that way it's off. And what we don't have here in the middle is our system, okay? So if you notice right there in the hole, there is a hole right here, okay? In this particular hole, there is going to be one of the trapdoors, iron trapdoors. Now this trapdoor, where's my trapdoor? There it is. There it goes, perfect. This trapdoor is actually set up where there is a block right here in order to have the trapdoor there. So the trapdoor is actually set on the back side of this block, and then that block will go away, okay? And then where that block is, you know, there is a piece of water there. You'll notice there's also a note block behind it. What else is in there? You can see there's a block right behind it, which happens to be this particular block there, okay? And so where this is, this block here, you can remove that center block, because that is now going to become the cobblestone wall. Okay, the cobblestone wall is essentially going to be the piece that's around the water. Now, he used stairs here. You can use essentially whatever blocks you want to use for this. I'm just going to keep going with the lapis here, because the lapis here will essentially contain the water. Now, right in front of that, I need to put a hopper. Sure. I need to put a hopper that is going to, I guess for now, going to go into a chest. Let me get a chest. Little chest, where are you? There you are. So let's put a chest right in front, because that's essentially where the hopper is going to be pointing into. Ooh, there it goes. The hopper is going to be pointing into that. And then there's going to be a stone pressure plate, which is this little guy. Stone pressure plate is going to go right on top of the hopper. And then, that way, when we pour it... Wait, I messed it up. Okay, I messed it up. I'm so used to this thing being much lower to the ground than it actually is. Let's get that hopper. This is actually going off the ground. Much better. That's better. Because I wanted to put this up off the ground just so you can kind of see what's going on down here, okay? The stone pressure plate is going on top of this hopper. And then that way, when we pour water... the water will be contained in here. Okay, this is exactly how it will work. Now, you notice it's going a little too fast, right? That is actually far too fast than it needs to be, okay? We're going to be adjusting that as we go. So let's take a look at our redstone real quick. The purpose of the note block, by the way, in case you're wondering, the purpose of the note block, let me show you. That's not the best place to show me. I need a spot where it's not gonna... There it goes. Now you notice the line doesn't get caught into the note block. That is the whole purpose of having the note block directly behind here. Now the whole purpose of having a block above it is so you don't have that wonderful song playing every time you try to use this thing. Okay, so let's stick a block here so I can kind of stand on it, and let's see if this does what it needs to do. Ooh, I killed the note block. That's so smart of me. So smart. Okay, let's not do that. Let me figure out why that's doing that, because that's going way too fast. Hang on, guys. Okay, guys, I figured out what was going on with this thing. This is going this fast compared to that one because of this guy right here. I just forgot about that. That is actually going to be a half slab. This is the whole point I had this one half slab here. Okay, this half slab is extremely important. This half slab has to go right here. It's the thing that will actually make this go slower rather than faster. Half slab, we're in the wrong place. So this is the thing that will actually make the system go much slower than normal. If you put a whole block in that one piece right there, it will cause the whole system to speed up unnecessarily, okay? So now the system works like it's intended. The system works as it's supposed to. Now I got a fishing rod. I'm going to try this fishing rod. And in the chest, there's no fish. Ignore what's in my inventory. There's no fish, okay? Fish, you need to go away. Get this out of my inventory. Just so you can see, I have no fish. For a second, I was like, you caught a fish. So now it's just a matter of throwing it in the right position so that way it catches like a normal AFK. And there's one. And we're going to do this for 2 fish because you could tell if this is working. If it can catch 2 fish in rough, reasonable, sequential, whatever you want to call it, okay? Now, you can do whatever you want with the chest. That should be 2, okay? And there it goes. That should be 2 fish. Where's my fish? There they are. They ended up in my inventory rather than the chest. I don't know why that is, why they ended up in my inventory. That's so bizarre. Yeah, so either way you can make some changes with this and have it face other ways. So that way, let's go ahead and do that for a second. I think the reason the fish came into my inventory is because I was just sitting a little too close to the system itself. Come on, catch. There it goes. Got it. We're gonna wait for one fish here. It won't take very long. Come on, little fishy. Don't be messing with me. Come on, little fishy. Come on, little fishy. The one time you want to fish and they don't show up. There it goes. Okay, for whatever reason, they're showing up in my inventory. Anyways, the fish should, in theory, go that way. Okay, guys, so this is a reasonably simple AFK farm, okay? This is a reasonably simple setup AFK farm with the note block sitting on the outside, okay? So let's turn this one off. I am now going to work on the other AFK farm. Where are you? You are, there you are. This other AFK farm happened to be this guy right here. This guy had the pieces, some of the pieces going underground. Okay, some of the parts of the AFK farm going underground. The key thing is you have this single torch right here. And so when the system is powered up, you'll notice that the light turned on and off down there. And when this plugs it up, it turns the light off. And this is the other system that does work, okay? Now, the chest you really don't need is that one, okay? So we're going to pop this up out of the ground just so you can see what's going on here. So we're going to start with possibly this single torch in the middle. So let's do that. We're going to build this. Actually, let's go ahead and check the materials first. You're going to need at least 16 blocks of your own choice, 13 pieces of redstone, 2 torches, 1 lever, 1 iron trapdoor, 3 redstone repeaters, 2 tripwire hooks, 1 string. You'll notice this is very similar to what it was before. 1 fishing rod, enchant optional, 2 chests minimum just to make it a full-size chest, bucket of water, 1 note block, 1 cobblestone wall, 1 stone pressure plate, and 1 hopper. For the most part, system's the same, just overall shape is a little different. So we're going to put the torch dead center right here so that we can see what's going on. This torch represents the torch that's sitting right in here. If you notice right next to the torch, there is 2 blocks sitting right next to that torch. Underneath those 2 blocks, okay? And this is probably where I should stick this out a little bit more. Let's do that. Put a torch right in the middle. We'll put 2 blocks underneath those 2 blocks, which happen to be these 2 guys right here, is a redstone repeater. Now, pay attention to the redstone repeater. This is going in. If you look on the other side, this is coming out, and that is a key thing. This redstone repeater is sending the signal through the block. It's not both going in, one out, and etc. So the one that's popping out goes out and up and over by 2 blocks. So, hold on, let's see. I can't tell. I can't see what I'm doing. Okay, yes. So yes, the redstone come out, and then from there it goes up 2 blocks, 1 and 2. And then that leads, if you notice right there, goes back over to a torch that's sitting actually 1 block up above this whole thing. So there's a torch sitting here. Now, if you notice right next to the torch, there is a redstone repeater going in. So let's go ahead and follow the other path that is going this way. It's actually going the opposite direction, okay? So let's see how this works. We're going redstone up, out, 2 blocks. Same thing like how it was on the other side. So redstone up 2 blocks. And then it comes in by a block, which the block here is a block higher. So that way the redstone repeater can be facing this way on a 4-tick redstone repeater, okay? Now, we are currently at where that torch is. And if you notice that torch goes up and creates kind of a triangle block here. We're going to set that up right on top. There is a block, a block right on top of this one. A block right underneath this one. And another block right underneath this one. So that way we got that triangle set up. And if you notice where the redstone going, is climbing up and over that torch. So that way it goes to our resident switch right here. That's the purpose behind this redstone pillar here. So that way it's going to go up and over the top, and then down this way to a lever switch. However you want to put that lever on there, you can go close or as far back away from that lever if you like. Lever, someone give me a lever. Here we go. 1 lever. We stick that lever on the top so that way we can start and stop the system. Now the system won't actually start and stop unless we do a little bit of something else. Now if you notice there's a note block in there, so let's go ahead and get this note block dead center in between the 2 blocks here. So there's a note block right there, and you can use any block technically to cover up that note block, just shut the note block off. And again, you're gonna have the same thing with the water here. It's going to have to be, this system has to have a trapdoor sitting literally right here. Okay, it can't not be anywhere else because the trapdoor's got to be facing this way. Now also right here is that cobblestone wall, so that way the water will sit here, and then around this here we just want to make sure we have the ability to contain the water, and then in front here will be our hopper. We're gonna stick our hopper, let's go ahead and put a chest right in front of that for the sake of this. For right now, chest is going here, hopper is going into the chest, and above that is going to be, oh actually, you know what, see what he did there? He actually did something very nifty, very, very, very nifty. You can actually, I just realized he did this. You can actually put the, oh darn it. You can actually put the hopper down here, and then you can actually put a piece of anything right on top, so it doesn't actually have to be what you think it is. And then on top of that, of course, is the, oh darn it, oh darn it, darn it, darn it, okay. Let's get a stone, let's get a piece of stone. Okay, where was I? Stone pressure plate sitting right on top of there. And then we can pour the water right in. Now, where are the tripwire hooks? If you notice where the tripwire hooks are, they are actually up a block right here, and this is not in a good place. We'll put one more here, and we can put our switch. Where's our lever? Thank you very much. One lever. That should turn it on and off. Actually, I can do the lever a little bit lower, can't I? I'm just looking over there and see what's going on over there. I want to say this is actually supposed to be higher up than this. I'm just realizing that this is actually supposed to be just a little bit higher. It doesn't actually come back down again. The triangle that I think I saw right here was this here, and oh, okay, yeah, never mind. Never mind, I don't know what I'm talking about. Okay, lever right here. There it goes. That's where the lever is going to go, and the tripwire hooks themselves with the string is going to go right in the center, and hopefully I don't plug up the water. That's what I've done last time. There it goes. Perfect. Got it. So will this work? It doesn't turn on, people. Why doesn't it turn on? Let's figure out what's going on. I'll be right back. Okay, guys, I realized I had the torch too high, so I moved the torch down one. This block is also too high. I had to move that one down one. And I think I've got this now in the right shape of where it's supposed to be. That should properly turn it on and off now. Let's see if it works. Work, darn it, work! Actually, I think this whole system's a little bit too high. Let's fix that. Oh, that's why the tripwire hook had to be up there. Okay, we all need that. We all need that. There it goes. Okay, much better. Where is my lever? My lever, where are you? I don't know where levers are when you need them. Okay, the other part of the problem is this piece right here. There it goes. Now it works properly. Now it worked. Yay, I got it to work. Okay, good. So lever. There it goes. Now the whole system works properly. Okay, what I did wrong is in replicating is this is how it's supposed to go. Okay, guys. So this line here, which is coming from the lever, it's going this way, redstone going down the steps, going over here, going into this repeater, into the block, which is going into the torch there, which turns it on and off. And then it pops out this way, goes this way to this torch, which blinks this torch. Meanwhile, because it's all interacting here, it's turning on and off this one, which is also blinking this torch, which then repeats the cycle again. This one here works pretty well, okay? So let's get a block, sit on here, and let's do a little fishing, and I should go to the chest. If it doesn't, it's probably going to go to my inventory. So let's see what happens, okay, guys? Oh, you know what? I put the note block in the wrong place, too. My goodness, what's wrong with me? Okay, let's fix the note block. Let's fix the note block. What's going on? Okay, not there. The note block's actually got to go a little bit higher up. There it goes. Okay, this should work now. I had the note block in the wrong place. I think it will work now. And I'm noticing something else. The trapdoor is facing the wrong way too. Yeah, I gotta fix this. Hang on. The trapdoor is actually sitting in the wrong place, guys. Stop this block. Come on. The trapdoor actually got to be on top of that block. Why didn't I just take the darn thing? Why didn't I take the darn thing? Okay, trapdoor, come with me. Yeah, the trapdoor actually got to be on top of that block. Oops. Let's just break my whole system before I even get done building it. That's so funny. There it goes. Now we need a cup of water. Cup of water is really easy to pull up. We could just pull that and pour our water right on in. And this should work now. There it goes. Perfect. Got it. The system worked. We'll go for at least 2 more fishes and see what happened. And I believe we have our... Oh, I let go of the mouse button. What's wrong with me? Okay. Wait for 2 fishes. Not let go of the mouse button this time. Let's try to keep our finger on the mouse button. And we will wait for 2 fishes. Now, 2Crafted here, he's actually behind me somewhere doing some random thing. I think I caught a fish. I can't tell. I have all this random stuff in my inventory. So let's get rid of it. Oh, shoot. Stop giving me fishes. I don't want the fishes. Out of my inventory. Ban you. I ban you all from my inventory. Okay, guys. It took a little while to catch this one. But once you get the right orientation, the right angle, you'll actually start catching fish in this one. And according to 2Crafted, this one's actually way more better at catching fish. There's 1 fish right there. And let's see if I can catch another fish. I just personally don't like this one all that much because see, if you notice, I'm still facing the same direction. I'm just not catching the hook very easily. Let's see if it went in here. Where did that fish go? That fish went somewhere. Little fish, where are you? There he is. There we go. I got a bone. That's what I got. But it does work. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that got to finish off this episode. 2Crafted came on and we just had some fun making a bunch of random stuff over that way. But anyway, so yes, I hope you guys liked this episode. I gave you guys 2 AFK Fish farms to work with. The design technically are made by 2Crafted, but what I did here is provide proof of concept that yes, you can remake this for a person who knows nothing about Redstone, which happened to be me, who can actually recraft the one that's right behind me and recraft the one that's like right over here. Yes, this one here. So I've proven that both of these work. Both of these collect fish. Both of these do what they need to do. And they work as intended. Yes. And I also, by the way, because the server here on the Redstone thing that 2Crafted had pretty much died, as a special treat, I remade my lighthouse by memory. I'm serious. I actually made this entire thing by memory. It took a lot of time, but it was well worth the effort to have done so. And if you guys want to see this, just check out Project Redstone Episode 1. As for Episode 2, this is the AFK Fish farm that I will be using at least one variation of this. Maybe this one here, or maybe that one back there. But yeah, if you want to make this compact, by the way, just put half of it in the ground and it'll look a lot more like this. I pulled this out of the ground just only so you can see the redstone and how it all kind of connects together. And I did the same thing over there. I pulled this one out of the ground to do much the same thing. Now, one thing that 2Crafted was doing before I call it quits, he was attempting to make one of these work with observer blocks. In all honesty, I don't know if he's successful. This one looked like it worked, but then it started giving problems. According to him, where is it? This one over here, which happened to have a single observer block, is one that actually works really well. So maybe what I will do is in my single player, I will make one of those ones. I'm hearing the little click thing. It's from this one here. Here it is. Okay, he was trying some other stuff with this thing. I'm going to turn this guy off because yeah. There, that gets it stop. Okay, yeah, so this one he said worked out really well. This one with the single thing, and maybe what I'll do is I'll make this in a future episode because he wants to do a video on this as well, and I'll probably see if I can replicate this design as best as I can, and we'll see if I can make this one work as well. All right, guys. In the meantime, I'm calling it quits. Have a good night, and we'll see you all next time. Bye bye. Yeah, we made it a little light over there.